In Thailand, archaeologist Luke speeds along on his scooter, ignoring persistent calls from Kasem. Suddenly, cars surround him, and Kasem demands the return of the tube containing the painting Luke stole from his boss. One of Kasem's men points a gun, prompting Luke to pretend he's pulling over. Instead, he stops just long enough to let the cars pass before taking a side street. A high-speed chase begins, with Luke skillfully maneuvering until his pursuers crash into other vehicles. He then weaves into a market where the cars can't follow, leaving only one biker in pursuit. Inside a cramped apartment, the biker crashes, but when Luke exits, Kasem's car blocks his path. Thrown from his scooter, Luke takes advantage of the gathered crowd to slip away. Kasem fires into the air to disperse people, sending his men after Luke on foot. Despite an injured leg, Luke flees as bullets fly. He calls his team, explaining he'll miss his flight, and they advise him to catch a train instead. Luke dashes through another market, hijacks a vendor's food cart, and leads Kasem's car on a chaotic chase. He disconnects the cart, causing it to smash into Kasem's car, which bursts into flames and crashes. Police swarm the scene as Luke escapes. Reaching the station, he leaps onto a moving train at the last moment. Exhausted, he falls asleep, dreaming of exploring an ancient building where he steals a golden mask. When he wakes, he finds Esme seated across from him. She reveals she recovers rare paintings and that the men around them work for her. Luke refuses to hand over the painting, leading to a violent confrontation. Esme brandishes a knife while a thug chokes Luke from behind. Esme tries to wrest the tube away. Luke smashes a plate on the thug's head and headbutts him. Esme attempts to flee, but Luke corners her. She slashes the tube strap, and they tug at it until Luke flings her into a bathroom and locks the door. He climbs onto the train roof, waits for a water tower, and leaps, only to fall through a shack roof. He then calls his team for extraction. Meanwhile in London, Luke's sister Charlotte is meeting with her ex-husband Harold and his lawyer over divorce terms. Harold demands full custody of their son, infuriating her. Later at the museum where she works, she's stunned when Luke appears. He claims he's visiting, but Charlotte knows he's in trouble. Luke tries convincing her to join his adventures like they did with their father, but Charlotte insists she must stay for her son. When Luke mentions damage on a painting, Charlotte inspects it, and he uses the distraction to steal another piece. The alarm blares as Luke sprints away. Charlotte chases him outside, demanding the painting back, but Luke insists she get in his car first. He drives wildly, evading pursuing police cars with daring maneuvers. They hide in the back of a truck driven by teammates Murphy and Deb, whom Charlotte recognizes as part of her father's old crew. During the tense reunion, Murphy inspects the painting and declares it's the wrong one. Luke offers it back to Charlotte before knocking her out with sleeping spray. She later wakes alone on a park bench. Charlotte rushes to the museum, where Inspector Jamal is investigating the theft. Suspicious of Charlotte, Jamal questions her until they notice the stolen painting is mysteriously back in place. Later, Harold refuses to let Charlotte take Thomas, citing her suspected involvement with Luke. Furious, she confronts Luke and finds him meeting with a wealthy man named Owen, who reveals he's dying of cancer and has hired Luke's team to find the fabled Fountain of Youth. Charlotte dismisses the fountain as a myth, but Luke believes every myth has a grain of truth, noting how cultures across the world reference it. He explains that 6 artists hid clues in paintings to reveal the fountain's location, and these are the works he's been stealing. Each has hidden Latin signatures reading 6 and 1 and cryptic letters the team can't decipher. Charlotte realizes they have the wrong Rembrandt painting. She refuses to help until Owen offers powerful legal support for her custody battle, prompting her to share a lead on the Vanderbilt family. In a cafe that evening, Luke researches the Vanderbilts when Esme approaches, threatening to kill his team if he doesn't abandon the search. The next day, Luke attends Thomas's piano recital and persuades Charlotte to help retrieve the correct painting. Soon, the team is on a ship off Ireland, locating a sunken cruise liner believed to hold the painting. Underwater drones cut out a section containing first-class goods and attach flotation devices. As the wreck surfaces, Luke and Charlotte search inside, guided by an old map. Meanwhile, the team detects incoming threats on radar, but can't warn Luke due to radio interference. Esme and her men arrive by helicopter, storming the liner just as Luke and Charlotte find the painting. A tense fight erupts. Gunfire ricochets, flotation tanks rupture, and the ship begins to sink. Amid chaos, Esme seizes Charlotte as a hostage. When the liner shakes violently, Charlotte uses the moment to strike Esme and throw her into the water. But as they flee, a wave pins Luke underwater until Charlotte frees him, and they swim to safety. Back in London, Harold hands Thomas over to Charlotte before leaving for Japan, a move orchestrated by Owen's lawyers to secure Charlotte's cooperation. The team gathers to re-examine the painting's letters, which now spell wicked. They deduce it refers to the Wicked Bible, a rare misprint of the 1631 King James Bible, which could hold clues to the fountain's location. As they plan their next move, Jamal arrives with police to arrest the siblings, but Qasim's men barge in, holding everyone at gunpoint. Luke offers himself and the paintings in exchange for his team's safety. Qasim agrees, but Luke uses music as a distraction, hiding under a table while police and criminals clash. Amid the chaos, Luke escapes to a boat where his team awaits, and Jamal finds the quote from the Wicked Bible on their computer. Later, Luke dreams he drinks from the fountain, causing Charlotte and Thomas to age rapidly. A voice warns him, and he wakes on a plane headed to Austria, where the last Wicked Bible is kept. At the Austrian National Library, Luke, Charlotte, and Deb study the Bible, discovering a second misprint containing an obscenity and a repeating pattern of numbers 1 to 7. Murphy, keeping watch outside, alerts them as Esme and her men arrive. Luke confronts Esme, leading to an acrobatic fight among bookshelves. Luke eventually traps Esme by pushing her into a chandelier. With the library surrounded, the trio drugs the librarian, steals the Bible, and escapes through a sewer opened by Deb's bomb. Meanwhile, Owen fends off a kidnapping attempt on Thomas at a restaurant. At their hotel, the team realizes the number sequence represents musical notes. Thomas plays the tune, which turns out to be Water in the Desert, a song honoring the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Aligning these wonders with clues from the paintings reveals the fountain's location, the pyramids of Giza. Owen convinces Charlotte to join them by promising extra security. That night, Luke dreams again of the mask, and Charlotte grows suspicious of Owen's motives. Meanwhile, in the Vatican, the leader of the Protectors gives Esme a special key to prevent misuse of the fountain. In Egypt, Luke shows Thomas scans revealing hidden chambers in the pyramids. The group, guided by a famous professor, soon grows frustrated when he can't unlock the secret entrance. Owen's impatience reveals his men's tools and guns as they begin forcibly excavating. When police led by Jamal arrive outside, Owen's men open fire, igniting a fierce battle. Amid the chaos, the siblings find a secret passage leading deep into the pyramid, where ancient mechanisms respond to musical notes, unlocking a hidden chamber with a fountain. But Owen's true nature emerges as he forces Luke, wounded by a gunshot, to drink. Luke's blood activates the fountain, but he refuses its power when he sees visions of his family aging. The fountain instead heals him for his selflessness. Owen tries to seize the fountain, but Esme uses her key, recalling the prophecy. The fountain grants eternal youth to the selfless, but drains life from the selfish. Owen drinks and ages rapidly, dying painfully. As the pyramid collapses around them, the team escapes just in time. Outside, Jamal acknowledges Owen was the true villain. Esme praises Luke's resolve with a kiss on the cheek before departing. The siblings reunite, and Thomas suggests their next adventure.